Hello, hello, welcome back to the channel. We've got a team game here on Michi, which is the one with the big forest in the middle that separates everything. And in terms of the teams and the players here, go 4, go H. We've got Hunter here, or L Snake in the purple playing the Zan Consortium. The other pocket on this team is Smoky Venus in the red playing the Republic. We have Attacker Die on the New Republic in the blue. And then lastly, we've got Yoda here as the Confederacy in the orange. And then on the other side of things, we've got Arnie here in the yellow. We've got Granuli. Oh, who's Arnie playing? First Order. We've got Granuli here in the Resistance with the cyan or the teal. We've got Parappa here in the green with the remnants. And then lastly, we've got Juan Megito here in the grey playing the Galactic Empire. Getting straight into that carbon we'll try to lure over here. So yeah, it's Michi, and not going to be much early aggression, can't be any Mounties. Don't see Russian Blunt in this game, placing down a troop centre, nothing like that, so a lot of time to play a little bit greedier, particularly in the pocket spots I would think, but we do have to concern ourselves with the fact that this game has air, so you can just fly over the forest. Unlike in Age of Empires, where you could really take things slow and then it'd be fast T4 and get something that cuts through the forest. Here you can just rely on the transports. And they should come into play when it comes to looking for these holocrons that are in the centre. I think they've been sort of toned down now and just made to the normal 5. I think there used to be a lot more than 5, but I can only see about 5 now. When I get off the centre though, because all I can hear are birds screaming at me. Very loud. In terms of the food that they've got here, they've got the shacks, but the shacks did get adjusted and had their... They used to have a lot more food than that, I believe. They used to be like 340 or something, they're at 170. So there's a couple of flumps getting lured with the scouts, or workers, whichever you prefer. Probably a lot more likely to use your scout on this kind of map because you don't need to scout your opponents. These birds are blooming everywhere, screaming at me. Maybe too many. Look how many there are. I can't deal with it, man. They're everywhere I go. I have to live on fog of war. Is Parappa gonna get food processor down here, I'm assuming? Yeah. All I can hear are the birds now. Now that it's like, once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. Birds everywhere. Some berries as well for place to eat. So yeah, I need to speed up just a little bit and get out of T1, because let's face it, nothing's gonna happen. Got Smokey getting onto some farms here. These are kind of just like AOPs, just 30 more food than an AOP, right? So, or maybe they're like Minox or Minox 145. I can't remember anymore, man. There's too many like different creatures in the game now. It's messing with my brain. They do have nerfs as well, right? It's like 12 nerfs. That's like a good amount of food. The shack's getting pushed to the command center. And then food processor on the berries. Early ore here for Arnie. I'll be planning to do a bit of anti-air turret building, I assume. Oh wait, although... Oh, maybe he's going to build a fortress. And make jet troopers or something. Possible. How many birds there are here? Do you hear this when you're playing? God damn. I guess I hear them more frequently now, because of the game speed. And again, there's always going to be the same amount of bird screams. So farms going down. Spaceport here. He only needs the one building, right? And sentry post, this is a good thing to be doing. Give you a bit of scouting in the center. And you can basically, if you use a team, work to build sentry posts just around the edges. You can see all the area that's coming your way. You can also see if someone lands and tries to build a forward on your side of the map. That way you can stop it getting up in time and cause you less problems. Everyone just going through the motions here, getting their buildings and such. And yeah, not really much to say on a Michi T1, T2, is there? Can't even pick up the hollows right now. Gotta get those transports out. I'm surprised to actually see mech factories out of people. Like maybe like, especially like our Republic player. Kind of would expect to see Temple. Temple and then a Padawan, then drop an airbase, transport, get that started, and then maybe pump out the fighters. Try and get those holocrons quickly. This must be a confusing map for Parappa, since he loves the walls. There's no reason to wall. As he starts walling the tree line. Template of attack here. I mean, you would kind of want your Republic player to have the hollows rather than your New Republic player, because that holocron bonus, right? And Juan Megito's got a temple as well. Is he the only one on his team? It would seem so. And then we got Hunter telling his teammates to get on those holocrons. I don't know if they're all aware that this has been like toned out. This used to be like maybe like 7 or 8 or something holos. There's a lot more than 5, I think. It's just normalized to 5, but it's just they are all easy to sort of locate because they're just in the center. The center's not that big or wide. So here's our first T3, it would be Hunter there. Gonna be dropping the double air base. Should see that a lot from people. And I've got double command, so he's not actually going for a fortress, just going for like a big boom here. And can afford the turret as well, so he's just really going to focus on turtling. He's probably hopeful he doesn't have to help his wing from the enemy pocket, because they should be T3 as well. They should have their turrets and stuff. So they can maybe just get the economy going and then maybe force something in the mid game, like get across or drop some army across or something like that. So try and hit a point where you can be aggressive with units before other people are sort of done booming. But it does invite the pressure here from Hunter. He's got the double air base. And where can he be harassed? We can be harassed up here on this car, but he might have to move those. And sort of on this side. And maybe around here as well. I would with something like this maybe want to either get your own air later or a heavy weapons factory for an aim and be able to sort of shore things up. You can see a bit of scouting going on in the middle. Arnie though quite getting away with this because Hunter can't really scout him and has a bit of a bit tentative about going forward with his fighters until he's maybe got like a good amount of them. So not being able to take advantage of some of these spots, and while this is going on, Arnie can put all this carbon into farms and then put all the food that they gather from the farms into building workers out of those command centers. And then maybe later join in on the air shenanigans or something. And you can see Hunter's actually just playing for these holocrons that they've got no intention of actually going for. I think other than SY, like the holocrons are not like super OP for anyone really. You can see Granule over here on this side is actually going to fight with Hunter's fighters here. Does manage to clean up all the Granules, but that is going to limit the amount of fighters he has to damage Arnie here, punish this gameplay. I can see attack getting onto these holocrons now with the transport. I don't think I've ever seen a New Republic transport. It looks honestly, it looks like it's built of cardboard boxes that have been painted. I don't know, it's got cardboard box energy. Cardboard and egg cartons. A big raid here from Yoda. It's got a lot more fighters than Parappa at the moment, and obviously there's none from Arnie presently. Who probably doesn't even have a power core at the moment because all that carbon's gone into farms and command centers and turrets. It mined up a lot of ore. See, that's what, 3 turrets down? But again, I bet if I go to achievements, it's going to be zounds ahead when it comes to workers, right? SY sort of keeping up a little bit there, but the majority of the game quite behind. I think this could be a little bit higher if they weren't having to build all these turrets. I do wonder if we need the 2, just have 1 in the middle there. Another one up here as well. Turret built before the command center, just so he doesn't have his workers camped there as he tries to build it. Pretty much everyone else is just more concerned about, you know, fighting over the center, fighting over these holocrons, so it's up to Arnie if he can, like, transfer this into something. And SY was doing pretty... He's got a lot of command centers, actually. Crazy amount. It's because it's got some old vanilla gameplay energy. 5 CCs. He doesn't actually have a power core. He's just pretend Republic here. So he's not doing the same thing. So he's kind of doing what Arnie's doing. But again, just not as well. 11 workers behind. Yoda moving back to his base here because a lot of fighters going his way from Parappa. I do find the Snakes fighters here seem like an alright trade, to be honest, for the Snake there, considering the numbers difference. That really takes the ability of Parappa to go and harass Yoda now out of the equation. They've got the same number of fighters now. Bernoulli coming across, maybe seeing that those fighters went down for the Snake and trying to get in here. And again, everyone's got a little bit of like a fear, right, because of all this line of sight, this vision that's built up across on the tree line. It's like when you come in, you know, you're entering the unknown right now. Like, look at the fog of war here with Bernoulli moving around with these fighters. Like, he doesn't know. Has he seen any fighters from Smokey? He's just in here doing some damage. But he doesn't know. He's maybe, like, hovering these, constantly expecting some fighters to come his way. Like, little does he know there wasn't even a power core. There still isn't. He's just building it now. Attack actually coming over to help a little bit here. Juan Megito over here with some fighters as well. Putting some pressure on. And a ping on this side. Maybe they're going to call to get some trade started. Parappa's on the money there. It's 2 spaceports set up. And it is good to get the trade started, I think, on this map. And again, that's another reason that the holos might not be so important. Unless you're like Royal Naboo or Republic, because we can just get some very, you know, easy to protect trade on this map.
Keep an eye out for enemy fighters. Designate target coordinates.
I'm curious as well if maybe you go for hovercrafts at the start. Because if people are going to be racing to T4, nowadays the most common harass point is going to be interceptors. And interceptors can only look up, so you could just go hovercrafts at like the start, you know, in T3 into early T4, and maybe like phase them out later for the air cargo things, cargo freighters maybe, is that what they're called? You know, when you can like more afford like getting the trade all anti-aired and everything as a team. See a transport here from Yoda. I don't know where we're actually at with the old holocrons now, like who got the most. You can see attacks got 3. Wanmagate didn't get any. Did anyone else on that team? So there's still just 2 up for grabs there. And Hunter got 2. There we go. So this team's got all the holos. Fortunately, we do play in Conquest and not Standard. Though I don't know if it works for teammates, having all 5. A little bit of a landing here with these anti-air mobiles. Is that all that landed? Oh, there's a second transport on the way. While he's taking the trade, so he's actually winning the trade as well, because he's coming back to hit this. Wanmagito just missing the mark there. And Jet Trooper, we did talk about Jet Troopers earlier. And these have great DP, they're going to smash these A mobiles. Like, even if they're nerfs, they're still going to do insane damage. Because of all that flat that they're doing. And, yeah. I mean, they can see this happening, it's just not, it's not going to get set up. And that's going to be the biggest problem, and it might really come down to just attack grounding with an AC to get the trees open or something like that. Yeah, quite a bit of resources there for Yoda landing. I imagine Jet Troopers can fly over the trees, right? Yeah, they sort of go through the trees, that's interesting. They're not quite like over them. It's kind of cool. Sort of phasing through the forest. Flying through the branches. And these can be like a pretty good harass tool. They do die quite quickly like fighters though, there's a lot of fighters out. But maybe as a response to anything landing, they'll be quite good. And all they need to do is find some workers, and their DPS is pretty harsh. They could kill the workers way quicker than you can maybe react to them, but he's in between 2 sets of fighters right now. Should get caught here. Should watch them just die very quickly. Yeah, they're not too bad at dodging though. We do have fast fighters from Smokey, so he sort of boomed and then went into the T4 air aggression now. And if we look around, it's nearly 2 people in T3 still, and that's Parappa and Wanmagito, but they are both on the same team. So we're at what, 31 minutes, and everyone's sort of had a quick T4-ish sort of here, yeah. Yeah, that 28 to 31 minutes kind of quick, you know. It's not like super quick, but it's like a reasonably quick T4. And the rest of those Jet Troopers going down. You can see that trade getting started. It's mostly freighters. Only one here with the big brain hovercrafts. He sees the future. He knows the interceptors are coming. And the other team not quite got their trades out, but they do have 5 holos spread across 2 players, so maybe not feeling the need just yet. I might remind you that that's 5 holos, but none by the Republic player as well. Honestly, let's just have him take all of the holos and just give them pocket money of holocron with tributes. I imagine it must work out more, because it's what 33% more, right? That must cover your like trade malice. What is it about? Can you get rid of it entirely? I think you can, right? There's no longer a tribute fee, so yeah. Interesting anyway, got a lot of fighters and some interceptors here from Granuli coming across. Maybe to just clean up that Smoky Venus invasion there. And maybe you can see that there's going to be a lot of Jet Troopers being built here, some A-mobiles, so it looks like that's the kind of play Arnie is going to go for. And just rely on them to kill a lot of the units. They should be quite good on a map like this. Because if you can cancel out the air, then there's not like a great counter for them, and it might be hard for people to arrive at, you know, like a good counter. It should probably be like, what, Strike Max or something like that. And no one's really been playing around that, because why would they on this map, so... It's going to be a very good unit, and it doesn't have to be transported either. It just needs to transport the anti-air capabilities. So those A-mobiles, and maybe if you can just get turrets up, then you can't really remove them from the spot. Plus, you can keep pumping these units out of these fortresses too, so your production's actually safe. You can see Granuli with a big distraction with air here, and SY dealing with that. Wow! RNA gets across here and lands a lot of these A-mobiles, 12 range, pretty well upgraded. And these do quite good flat damage, so can actually kill off the command centers pretty well. They're still not as strong as they were before the patch, but I'd say argue they're still very, very good. I think they were maybe made a little bit more expensive as well, I can't remember. Because I thought they were very cheap. Look at that damage that they still do to the strikes. That's just tons. You're going to need some well-armoured, well-HP'd Strike Max. The AA is not going to cut it. When you can get up to like 150, which is like double the health of these. Confed, they don't get heavy strike though, right? So probably their best units would be maybe the repeaters, but tough to play air and then deal with this. And these units, they're just chilling here at the moment. Killed quite a few things. Big pinging going on. I think what we really need is a lot of attackers to clean this up, because they can kill off the A-mobiles pretty well. Arnie needs to maybe think about getting some like turrets down as well, just to like strengthen this. As he overextends a bit, and these heavy strike max from Snake here with 150, his units are very, very squishy, so they are dying. Which is going to limit how strong he has to come forward here and like try and one-tap these things, knock them down. Because as more and more of these pop out, they're going to win in effectiveness. Yeah, I think they kind of clean this up mostly. I think we maybe needed to, when landing, get something set up to limit how strong these strike mechs could be. Like get some grenade troopers, a shield down maybe. A shield would be really good because you could just double the health. You could get these to 140, which kind of rivals these strike mechs. And then just turtle in the corner. And then maybe start popping out some grenade troopers or something like that. Really help you trade even better. Last longer, because I think this is going to get cleaned up now, and he didn't really get a forward out of it, right? So, though Yoda's taking some damage in that. Oh, he's cut across here. And these are really good against artillery. You see they can sort of land in the middle there. There's the fortress hitting him in a few strikes. But Yoda got a lot of artillery out here, and he doesn't quite have his range yet, and he should get that on this, because I don't think there's any really civ other than Black Sun that suffers without this, right? There's the shield generator here. Oh, and he does have the piercing attack. The piercing attack could be pretty big here if we watch the health. But not all of them are firing, right? And for all of them to fire, they have to come into a choke, which is not going to be the best for him here. It would be in Parappa's interest to widen this area and have a much better arc, and then he can maybe trade better. And a couple of assault mechs here would be wonderful. Between the projectile attack and the assault mechs, he'd have so much area of effect to really decimate these. And they are getting bugged out a little bit. You can see the damage starting to ramp up, right? Because again, they're fighting into a shield when they don't have a shield. And they're still missing +1 range too, right? So this is turning into kind of a bad trade. And I think we can just remove the kind of from that. It's a bad trade. Again, they're trying to force it here, but they could just widen things up more. And I think widening things up more is going to be really good for them as well, because you've got to fight against this area of effect. This piercing attack. So just having an air cruiser, just attack ground, just give yourself space in your units. Because this is going to turn into a meat grinder here, because this is a really strong choke for him. And this is without assault mechs, right? And without like an air cruiser at the back supporting and everything. Like, this can get worse. Way worse. You see Granuli and SY in attack. They're all kind of playing around the air. Juan Miguel, kind of a new player. I don't really expect him to be up to too much at the moment. Maybe late game once he gets everything going. So he's trying to do some sort of landings and stuff, but they got very good vision. I feel like Attack's going to be watching that like a hawk. With Juan playing Empire, if he could get like his economy really up there and get like Masters or Assault Max out or something like that, could do pretty well. Got SY with some mounties here. Again, I'm really trying to get through on this side, but not much room. Good flat building damage from these as well. They're going to kill that shield generator. And look at that, the volleys start getting concentrated. No shield. So maximum effectiveness here. And they needn't be so strong. Remember, this is Confederacy as well. We could have really good grenade troopers with this army. Really smashing up these mechs. Very strong assault mechs too. Like, Confed are pretty good, in all honesty. And they've got Magna Guards as well. I wouldn't rate the Magna Guards in this situation though. But it would be nice as like a landing in the base. Going for like economic damage. Artillery again, still 10 range, which sucks, no shield. It's all kind of dead. You can see Arnie now just adding some area of effect to this army. With these assault mechs. AC is going to be great here. Might actually be the lifeline, to be honest. I want to get up to like 2 or 3 of those and get some turrets so that they can't get dove as well. Good shot there. No shields yet, so I'm going to take the maximum damage. I see SY running around trying to do that. Wow, we've got some good upgraded turrets though. But do we have it on the trade? Not really. That's something to play. Definitely something you want to think of proactively on this type of map, right? And depending on how much of a nerd and how proactive you want to be, you can maybe wall your turrets too, if you don't want someone dropping some masters around and converting them, because that again is going to kill your traders. So attackers, like, they're all playing on this side, but is there really like one complete army from anyone on this team here? Not really. It's just like a few units here and there, from different coloured units from each player, running into a choke and getting blown up by area of effect. It's pretty poor. Like, if someone showed up with like 40 attackers, this is going to struggle. Like 40 MDs, this is going to struggle. If we go back up to like 30-40 artillery, it should struggle if there's a shield and they get the range. We had a lot of time at this point, 15 minutes, like trade that can be set up and everything. We've got 5 hollows. There should be a lot more here, I would have thought. Some heavy troopers, really? Really? Into assault mechs and projectile MDs? Where's the grenade troopers? It doesn't look like there's anything else really going on the map. Other than this little attack, this seems to have landed from Arnie during this. Distracting them a little bit. I'm going to limit them if helping Yoda here on this side, but Rappa's involvement here seems to be slowing down a bit. I don't see many units. If he's maybe furiously pumping out traders at the moment. Defilers could be very good here. They have like no upgrades at the moment though. But +1 range only, +1 damage. Like, the AC is like the best unit here, but you need to be careful that turret kind of close. Perhaps every time a shot goes down, you should just try and get like another turret up. Start crawling. Good shot again, but Yoda doesn't look like super boomed. He looks reasonable. I think he's maybe what, 120, 130 markers, yeah. Only 4 merchants. Doesn't have his trade set up yet either. It's He's having to remake a lot of stuff, and you can see he's kind of broke, right? It's hard to remake the army while setting up your trade, and the Nova's probably all been... That's a lot. He's made an air cruiser, so many artillery. Like, he needs a lot of help from the team right now. And it looks like they're kind of just crumbling. And Granuli, on the other hand, has done some good work here, actually pushing through the tree line. Running in a lot of MDs, a lot of attackers from attack, though. That's a they're a pretty good army from attack. Can maybe get in here. The interceptors, though, going to smash up the attackers. He needs to have his own interceptors. But what this is really doing is it's taking like the eyes off of Arnie, right? And Arnie is taking advantage of that now, and he's running around with these jet troopers. And he can get in here and like snipe some important stuff, like he's going for these nurseries. But that's going to be super tilting. Like bam, no nurse for you. And you can see Hunter complaining about the balance of the unit, rather than rallying some strike mechs. He has lost all of his nerfs. Attack running in with some melee mode masters, and they're not very good. Melee units suck in this game in T4. And MDs, when they're fully upgraded, although they do miss the last upgrade for damage, they still do quite good flat damage to them, right? This is without any bounty hunters or strike mechs here. And like they're kind of killing these off pretty well. Now if there were some like grenade troopers behind them, it'd be pretty good. Because they'd be guaranteeing that they're just shooting the masters, right? And we can see Arnie and Parappa getting pretty strong here now. A lot of assault mechs built up, and you know the masters are up here. If they were down here, they'd get some damage in for sure. Again, because all the attention's diverted away, these jet troopers are just getting damage in where they can. Moving around. Oh, he managed to get the hollows knocked out of the temple too. I wonder if he could build up like 30 of them, fly around the edge and get onto the trade. There's definitely some good potential with First Order for this map. Just to sniping buildings with them. You know, if the room's there, if people are distracted enough to not just show up with like 30 fighters and kill them. Looks like Granuli's push has been pushed all the way back. This AC, man, has 59 kills, and I think we've just caught the moment that it's about to die. Rest in peace. 59 kills. That's mostly like workers, MDs, and like assault mechs and stuff, right? I don't think there's really been any. 59 kills, man. God damn. What a hero. He would have been microing his heart out there. But he needs some help from the boys. Because they're getting across here. This would be a wide arc if we had like a lot of MDs. Got the Devilers, but we're up to 3 range now. Okay. I believe there's what, 1 more range upgrade they can get? Is it not 1 plus 2 plus 1? It's up to 4. That's wide arc. Unfortunately, the nerfs have been knocked out now, so that's going to hamper the eco. And Yoda having to like tech switch here into MDs, which means he has to get upgrades and stuff for him. And he's, as we said, he's kind of poor because he's been fighting for a long time. Had to replace so many units. These units kind of stacking up here. These projectile attacks and these assault mechs. And I don't know. Bernoulli is doing well just holding here on this side. Juan's cutting across here at the top here, and he's actually he's found the Empire units. You know, he's planning to move across while they're distracted. Looks like there's not really much hope for this team. Arnie again with these jet troopers, where you can get the damage. I mean, I don't blame Yoda for wanting to quit. God damn. He's had a tough paper route down here, let me tell you. I do think you could have chosen some better tools for Confederacy, maybe. And again, not having the shield and that range really hurts. Those artillery could have been way more effective for him. Only had that AC earlier as well. That 59 kill hero. Killing some stuff on the trade, but I don't know, when you see Big Juan Megito march through with all these assault mechs, like, they're gonna be like, okay, GG. He is very vulnerable to Masters. And seems like they're all calling GG here. Really far across, like they're marching towards the trade. Trade is really the objective, right, in these longer games. These split map kind of games. Yoda doesn't have anything. They're really not got much on. Pumping out the Beastmasters, but a little too late for these guys, I think. Nothing behind them, really. I mean, at this point, all they really are is a big meat shield, right? So yeah, GG's all around there, and that'll be the end of that. So GG, well played to all involved, and if you like the content, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. If you want to see more, you want to get involved in these types of games, you'll find our GBG Discord server. You'll find the invite for that in the description field, one for the Expanding Fronts mod, which is the mod that we're playing here for GBG. And if you want to support the channel in another way, PayPal link in the description field, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye-bye.